gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome to Team of the Week 19. The last few Team of the Weeks we've had to deal with almost no leagues on. Just one or two here or there, but the majority of them are back now. So in goal, kicking things off, we have Baptista Rene or Rainet, I'm not quite sure how you say his name. 6 saves and a clean sheet in a 1-0 win. Up next is Blondell with 2 goals in a 4-1 win. There are quite a few centre-backs this week, incidentally, who have scored more than 1 goal. So there's going to be competition for places as far as defenders are concerned. Costa Barbarousis kicks off our hat-trick spree with a hat-trick in a 5-0 win. And I say hat-trick spree, there are at least 7 players this week with hat-tricks. When it rains, it pours. As he's French, I would imagine his name is Julien Ferret. But I would like to call him Ferret because it just sounds better. 1 goal and 1 assist in a 3-0 win might be enough to get him there. But with the way it's going, I wouldn't be surprised if he was squeezed out. Andy Cook of Walsall with a hat-trick and into the hat-trick club. I'm going to try and keep count, right? That's 2 for the episode so far. Thomas Bruns got very close to scoring a hat-trick. This would actually be a transfer card as well. So EA have started doing transfers. They haven't got to Thomas Bruns yet, but his first transfer card would actually be an inform. He got 2 goals and a Man of the Match award in a 3-0 win for Groningen. Pape Mali Diamanka up next with 2 goals in a 3-2 win. And I think I've got this wrong, to be honest, because I think that might be an 80 rated card. The stats are far too high for a 79 rated, but it just, the way that it would go up would be into 79. It just is a bit of a confusing one, but that looks like a good card. Fabian Serarens up next with a hat-trick. This is the 3rd one of the episode, if I'm keeping tabs correctly. The game ended 5-1. I'd never even heard of the team before, to be honest, so it shows how much I know about football, but he should make it. I always have trouble pronouncing this guy's name. Onyekuru just sounds wrong. A hat-trick, though, which means he's all but guaranteed. He was also crowned man of the match, and the game finished 6-0 to Galatasaray. That is the 4th hat-trick. Is it? I don't know. Collins of Luton up next, and he's doing a bit of a Will Grigg. He's got a hat-trick. That's the 5th, I think. In a 4-0 win for Luton. This would be his 2nd inform, and he's starting to get a card that you might actually want to consider picking up. 1 more inform on top of this would make him, 83, 84, and then we'd have a sexy card on our hands. Who remembers way back when the UCL cards first came out, and I got Suarez, and I actually thought I did quite well. Yeah, what an idiot, right? But either way, Francisco Suarez with a hat-trick. That would be the 6th one so far. We haven't even got into the starting 11 yet, and I can tell you that there are at least 2 other players in the starting 11 with hat-tricks. Francisco Suarez, though, has a hat-trick and a Man of the Match award, and the game finished 4-1. Our final player before we get into the starting 11 is going to be Danilo. Now, a lot to speak about here because he's got 1 goal, a clean sheet, and a Man of the Match award, and a 3-0 win. Looks like a decent card. I think it's more of a stepping stone than anything, though. The next one would be fantastic. But it would also be a position change to a left-back. And he's not the only Premier League defender to feature. In fact, I have at least 2 more. On to the starting 11 we go. In goal, Jan Sommer making 10 saves and keeping a clean sheet in the process was obviously going to be man of the match in that one. The game finished 1-0. Up next is Andre Almeida. I think EA need to put this in there to make up for the severe lack of Portuguese league players last week. I honestly think they forgot the league had started back up again. Not 1 Porto player last week, despite 3 in contention. Andre Almeida with 1 assist, a clean sheet and a man of the match award and a 1-0 win should be enough in theory to get him in there. So I said somewhere along the line we have a couple of Premier League defender informs in contention here. Fabian Sharby in the first one of Newcastle. He scored twice and kept a clean sheet and was crowned man of the match. The game finished 3-0 to Newcastle. Always a tricky situation as far as EA are concerned with cards like this because he does have a League SBC card that would be pretty much exactly the same as the new inform. 2 goals in a 2-1 win for Schalke, which incidentally also won me 50 quid, so thanks mate. Back to the Premier League we go, and Laurent Koscielny back from injury and back in the informs. 1 goal, a clean sheet and a Man of the Match award and a 2-0 win over Chelsea will all but guarantee him a place in Team of the Week 19. Needs a little bit more on the pace and we have a cracking little player on our hands. Dani Alves up next, and a bit of a long story to kick this one off with then. So there are 4 potential players, maybe even 5, from that PSG game in which they won 9-0. We have one big player coming up who got a hat-trick toward the end of the starting 11. There are two players in the possibles who, one got a hat-trick, the other got nearly a hat-trick, but again, they've both just come off the back of Team of the Year. So Dani Alves then, a position change to a centre midfield with 1 assist, could find himself in Team of the Week 19. You'd be forgiven for forgetting all about one-to-watch cards, but they do exist, and Goretzka is set to trigger his first upgrade of the one-to-watch season with 2 goals and a Man of the Match award in a 3-1 win. They've not really been used that much this year, have they? EA have sort of ignored them. They gave a lot out for nothing through SBCs, objectives and stuff like that. They've not boosted them at all, despite the fact that some of them have actually been playing quite well, so hopefully Goretzka gets under the microscope. Zapata decided to go one better than scoring a hat-trick and scored 4 goals. So, I mean, technically speaking, this would be a hat-trick. I've lost count, by the way. He also got man of the match in a 5-0 win for Atalanta. I've never known how to say this guy's name, and I wholeheartedly apologise. Diogo is obviously straightforward. It's either Jota or Jota. Either way, though, this would be a position change, I believe. Don't quote me on this. It's just everywhere I've seen, he played striker. He got a hat-trick, though, which makes, 8, 9? And he also was crowned man of the match in a 4-3 win for Wolves. Dramatic game over Leicester. But that should be a decent-looking card. You know, bit of fun. Our second PSG man to feature, and it'll be hard to deny Edison Cavani an inform this week with a hat-trick and 2 assists. He was the player crowned man of the match, and of course PSG run out 9-0 winners, which was an emphatic victory. Dani Alves is the other player I mentioned. There are 2 more to come in the possibles though, so stay tuned for that. And finally, for the starting 11, we have Dembele. Up from an 84 to an 86, this would be a second inform. He only got 1 goal in the Barcelona win, and he was taken off, so you might be excused for thinking I've gone a bit crazy with this, but I think EA may give it to him. He didn't have any sort of team of the year or doesn't have any prospects of getting anything in the future stars or anything like that, so I think it's a fairly good shout. Into the possibles we go, and as I say, there are a couple of PSG players, there are a few other big names knocking about the place, and of course a few other lesser known that some of you may be interested in. Jordan Story of Preston up first with 1 goal and 1 assist in a 4-1 win. As a centre-back, you'd be thinking, yeah, why not? But there are so many centre-backs this week who have gone and scored like 2 or 3 goals that I had to push him out, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I'm torn on this one as to whether to put Duda in, because Julian Ferret, or Ferret, or whatever his name is, got 1 goal and 1 assist in a 3-0 win. Duda got 2 goals and a 3-1 win, so it could be either one of them. I mean, both of them could make it there, or neither of them, I don't know. But I had a hard time deciding, and I went with Ferret in the end. If you're like me and you struggle to pronounce foreign names, this could be a bit of a minefield. Iorki, I really don't know. Either way, he managed to get 2 goals and 1 assist and a man of the match award in a 5-1 win for Strasbourg. That is unfortunate because I honestly think he'll miss out. Albeit a possible, this is a strong possible, and I wouldn't be surprised if Winks made it ahead of Dani Alves, but he got what was the winning goal in the 92nd minute away from home against Fulham, and he was also crowned man of the match. Casemiro up next with 1 goal in a 2-0 win for Real Madrid. Modric was the only other goal scorer and the man of the match winner in that game. He's just come off the back of Team of the Year though, so if they're going to choose anyone, you'd think Casemiro. I'm kind of hoping they don't though, because he already has a UCL card that would look pretty much exactly the same. Lucas Piszczek up next, and at this point I think I might start a petition, because this is at least the 6th, maybe even the 7th time I have featured Piszczek for getting a 1 assist, a clean sheet and a man of the match award in a 1-0 win for Dortmund. But who knows, this could be your week, Piszczek. Let's talk about PSG then, shall we? 9-0 winners. They could easily have 4 or 5 players in this week's Team of the Week. I've mentioned Cavani, got a hat-trick, he's all but guaranteed. Dani Alves is a bit of a curveball, not quite sure on that one, but I've gone with it anyway. The other 2 are Neymar, who you're seeing on screen right now, and Mbappe, both of those in contention. Neymar with 2 goals and 1 assist in that 9-0 win. Mbappe got a hat-trick and 1 assist in a 9-0 win. So they could easily throw these in there. However, they've just come off the back of Team of the Year. Are they really going to want to put these cards back in packs again when they could go for Cavani and Dani Alves, who are nowhere near Team of the Year, who haven't had any special cards recently, apart from Dani Alves with a flashback, but the position change might make up for it? I don't know, you make up your mind and let me know in the comments. Liverpool were very, very close to slipping up again, no pun intended, against Crystal Palace, but Mo Salah and the rest of the clan managed to club together and get enough goals to beat them 4-3. He was on the score sheet twice, so you never know, played striker once more for Liverpool. He's not coming off the back of Team of the Year or anything like that, so you just don't know. Maybe, just maybe. And that brings us to the end of yet another Team of the Week predictions. Quite a few possibles to speak of, a few high-rated players. Worth mentioning as well, Martin Odegaard would normally have been in this because I think he scored twice. However, he could potentially be getting a Future Stars card, so I've kind of left him out. There's a couple of others in there that may be getting those as well, so I've kind of left them alone. But it would appear that we're going to get a decent Team of the Week this week, so if everybody has still got some games left, you might want to go and play them in Weekend League to either get gold or above, or wherever you are. I know I'm definitely going to have to, but if you have enjoyed this episode of the Team of the Week predictions, do me a favour and smack that like button. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course, and until the next time, goodbye.